Oh my god. What's up, guys? Can you believe it? It is Friday, October 2nd, 2020. And as usual, it's me, Jake, here to talk about the video game news that has been going on this week. And of course, it's been another wild week, so let's just dive in. There's a lot to talk about. The first thing is a glimpse at a little bit of PS4, PS5 comparison. Yes, it's not with the most exciting game. It's technically with Spider-Man, which was on PlayStation 4, but thanks to this Reddit user who has put together the new screenshots compared to the old screenshots of the same setting, you can see a marked difference in this game. Apparently, Insomniac has been working on like this remastered, re-upgraded, next-gen version of Spider-Man PS4 for about a year. So while it's not a complete overhaul, you can clearly tell from the screenshots, like there's like way stronger lighting, you see reflective surfaces, you see a little more detail, of course, sharpness because of the higher resolutions. You can also see a pretty good looking skybox. Those clouds look pretty damn good. I don't see any puddles. What's up? Where are the puddles? Where are the bad graphics? Sorry, I had to. Does anyone even remember Puddlegate? Hopefully not. But this is exciting, especially for me personally, because I know when I pick up a PlayStation 5, I'm going to be playing Miles Morales immediately, but I am going to be buying the version that has both, and you know I'm going to play through Spider-Man on PS5 because I love that game and I've been dying to replay it, so there's that. But again, this is like a substantial look at like a nice next-gen upgrade, tangible in our faces. Granted, it is of course a screenshot. The screenshots of course are labeled captured on PlayStation, but screenshots I'm still skeptical of ever since the old days of magazines. Like, they always look a little better. Still, the other breaking Spider-Man news is, oh god, what's wrong with his face? So I'm sure you've probably seen it circulating around the internet by now. Like, so while they didn't like completely remake Spider-Man from PS4 to PS5 or anything like that, they did completely change Peter Parker's face, leading to just a lot of debate and speculation online until we got the official word from Insomniac. And apparently what this face change is they went to find a different actor's face that more accurately matches the voice actor Yuri Lowenthal's vocal performance and face capture performance. So there's that. Insomniac did very quickly put out a whole thing mansplaining it, but Brian Intihar, the creative director, put out a better statement. I'll read it for you here. It's, today's news about the Peter Parker face model has surprised some of you, and we at Insomniac totally understand your reaction. Heck, it even took me a while to get used to Peter's new look, but as we discussed the franchise future and moving to PlayStation 5, it quickly became apparent that delivering even more believable looking characters made finding a better facial match for actor Yuri Lowenthal, who we all love as Peter, a necessity. Also, please know we didn't make this decision or change lightly. So that's apparently what the deal is, according to them. I wonder if there's still also just some behind-the-scenes contractual disputes behind the original dude who did the likeness and maybe re-releasing the game. Maybe there was an issue there. That's just me speculating, and if you're looking for more of my personal opinion, honestly, I think he looks a little too young. It's a little weird how much younger he is. I think the voice doesn't match up. Also, like the way your brain works, if you see and hear something as one thing and then they change it, it's like your brain is almost wired to always have a negative reaction. I also think he looks suspiciously like Tom Holland. I know they're not going to just make him look like Tom Holland, but you can't deny at least a little bit of similarity, at least for me. This is gonna sound weird. I'm like a weird nerd, but like one of my favorite things about Spider-Man PS4 was that the Peter Parker in the game looked exactly like that generic-ass comic book Peter Parker that I grew up reading. But that's besides the point. We spent way too much time talking about a video game character's face, so let's move on. But in other news, apparently Starfield has leaked. Of course, take this with a grain of salt, but Starfield, yes, this is the next big Bethesda RPG. This is their follow-up space game to the Elder Scrolls. This is Todd Howard and company's next big jam. And what we got is what seems to be two very early prototype screenshots leaked. They haven't been taken down yet or anything. Like, there's been no like legal action to take these down. I think we're showing them. Most websites are showing them. But here are the screenshots. Credit to the user who did leak these. He said these are early. He said that the game is 2021 and that there's more to see. So there we have it. There's not too much to take from this other than I see some third-person astronaut-y stuff. Still, like, just like with the pedigree of Bethesda and just like the like murmuring hype, the low rumble of hype behind this game, it is kind of exciting to see something like this. What do you think? I want to hear from you guys though. Let me know. Next up, this episode is brought to you by Vessi. Now, a lot of you guys watching me, you probably know I'm very hard to impress in the shoe department, but Vessi absolutely did. Vessi is perfect for people who want a straightforward, dependable shoe that is actually legit. These look and feel fantastic. They've had our backs for a while now. They are incredibly comfy, great daily drivers for me personally, easy to slip on and off. Not not to mention the fact that they are waterproof while being a knit shoe. These kicks are incredibly breathable, yet weatherproof at the same time. I know it's crazy, but it actually works, as you can see. It's this new Dymatex dual climate knit material, and it's good for all seasons. So check these out. Like I said, they're grippy, they're easy, nice looking, easy to put on. They're a little dirty. I kind of trashed them because honestly, I wear them all the time. So if you want to check them out and get $25 off your first order, you can go to vesifootwear.com/gameranx. And thanks to Vessi for sponsoring these videos. Thank you. Now, in other news, jumping back to PlayStation, we got another PlayStation 5 launch game added to the board. This is the Pathless. This is that indie game. It's also releasing on PS4 and Apple Arcade, I believe, maybe PC, but technically this is going to be a PS5 game at launch. It is that indie game with like the person gliding around and flying and doing stuff. I think this one looks really fun. I'm happy this is coming out day one. Granted, it's not a big, massive title, but I still think that's pretty cool. And in terms of the launch lineups for both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, things are getting really tricky. It's very murky, so probably in the next couple of weeks or so, we're going to put out a video breaking down the actual launch lineups of each. What's exclusive, what's not, multi-platform games that are releasing on both, all that jazz. And in other news, just something I was really excited about because it is the start of October, and I very much love horror stuff. I love Halloween. I love all of that nonsense. So today, Silent Hill 4 The Room is on PC. You can get it on GOG or GOG or GoodOldGames.com. I'm probably going to be diving into that because Silent Hill 4 is mega underrated. It's super dope. I highly recommend it, especially for you PC gamers out there. Not like a sponsored recommendation or anything like that, but just something to talk about. Yeah. Also, in case you missed it, we got our first like big substantial look at Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War's zombie mode. I know everybody loves the zombie stuff, so here you go. There's a bunch of stuff. There's new modes, new weapons, new characters. There's a new story. There's some callbacks. There's some interesting things going on, and it seems like they're embracing the horror yet again. So there you go. That is linked in the description as well as everything else I talk about. So from there, we're going to run down some trailers and some videos and things to link in case you missed it throughout the week. The first is a story trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is coming out soon. So definitely check that out if you're interested in seeing a bunch of Viking dudes bash each other with shields. Also, yesterday I put up on gameranx the before you buy for Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. It genuinely surprised me as a skeptic. I think it's very good. I think it's also nice and challenging, and it's just good for old Crash fans. And we got like an actual TV like commercial spot for Cyberpunk 2077, which definitely is happening soon. There has been some announcements that the studio is now crunching to finish the game. I am not going to give you my opinion on that either way, just saying, hey, look, people work hard on this stuff. The commercial, though, I think is really funny because it's just Keanu looking at the camera and being like, in the world of Cyberpunk. I love him so much. Who doesn't? Seriously, though, the amount of money they're throwing at this game budget-wise, like licensing Billie Eilish and having Keanu Reeves talking to camera, it's insane. Very excited. Clearly, I'm wearing the jacket. But yeah, also, it's been a while since I've recommended a good long read. I always say, you know, if we spend so much time talking about video games, we should be well read up on them. So this is a really good piece on the making of the Wipeout series. It's just a deep dive into it, how it all formed on the original PlayStation, and it's just definitely worth checking out. If you have a minute to sip some coffee and read this weekend, definitely do that. Now, last but not least, I think some really exciting news that kind of like broke the internet in a very good way is that we're getting a new Super Smash Bros. Character. Yes, Sakurai himself has revealed Minecraft Steve, straight up the Minecraft dude, is going to be in Super Smash Bros. He's the newest character. He comes with variations, including the female version and the Enderman guy and like a zombie, and there's a map, and I think it's really cool. Just the glimpses that we've seen so far, they did it really well. The way he fights, the things he does, the way he moves, the way he animates, the textures for him. It seems like a perfect fit. I love how they did this. I love the creativity. Also, I just love watching in the trailer at the end, they show his victory screen, and that sucker just builds a house in front of you, and he shuts the door, and he's like, what? I can build a whole house. I love it. And you know what else is cool too? Just seeing these companies work together, considering, you know, Minecraft is very much a Microsoft property. So Yeah, wild times we live in, that's for sure. But the times are so wild that I gotta go back to work. We got Star Wars Squadrons videos to make and maybe another Crash video to make. So I do want to hear from you guys in the comments what you think about all the stories going on this week. From the Cyberpunk TV spot, like, wow, what do you think about that? Are you dazzled? Are you finally convinced? You were probably convinced already. To Spider-Man's face, like, what do you think about Peter Parker? You know, his face has a substantial portion of the game. So, like, do you like the change? Do you not care? Does it not matter? Ultimately, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. But still, I want to hear from you down in the comments. Let's talk about anything next generation, Xbox or PlayStation 5, even PC, any of the news we talked about this week, down there. Want to hear from you guys. It gets a little crazy, though. So I always say, come find me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube at Jake Baldino, my other channel. If you ever just want to see me talk more shit or make dumb tweets, let's hang out. But thank you guys for coming around, for real. Clicking the like button does help us, legit. Thank you for watching the show. Subscribing if you're new is a good idea. But I'm here every Friday. Catch me on the Before We Buys. I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching. Pizza's on me.